So today, oh sorry. What's up, fellow snippers? Welcome to Kenchi school. This is Archasha welcoming you for my first video. Okay, people who don't know what does Kenchi mean in Kenchi school. Kenchi is a Hindi word which means scissors in English. I know it's a very cool name. I named it myself. So it's pretty cool because... Okay, so before we dig into the video, I want to talk about two things. One being who I'm making this card for. I am making this card for a friend of mine and we've been friends since like before my janam. She's getting married, so I obviously had to make a card for her. So starting the card, I'm like, let's make a video of this and this could be a good start. The second thing that I want to talk about is I am an amateur crafter. Like, it's nothing like those professional videos you see online. I mean, I don't even have my nails done nor in the video. So if you don't like dirty nails, don't watch my video. No, please watch my video. Next time I promise to make my nails for the video. Also, I would like to say the card that I'm making has no patterned paper. It's all cardstock. Stay tuned in. Okay, again, let's take it again.
Just say stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Just say stay tuned. उसका पहले का proper है.
Okay, so let's go and stay tuned. What I like doing is, before I start, I take a rough paper and draw whatever is going on in my mind. So here I'm trying to do that, and as you can see, my pen doesn't work. Anyway, so here I have a pen that works and I'm drawing the base of the card and then I'll go ahead. So I had this in my mind that I wanted to have two cats and a moon, and I cannot even draw a straight line. Nice. So first I thought I'll make them perched on a wall. Probably looking at the moon. The idea was of two cats because I really liked them from this stamp set, and it had the perfect sentiment saying perfect, as in PURRFECT, which was very cool. Here from three designs, I'm going to use the one which is at the bottom right. I'm going to make a little changes to that as I go ahead. Here I'm trying to figure out how should I place my sentiment, and whatever I worked out, I'm not going to use that at all by the end. Here I'm trying to decide what colors to use where, as the card base will be white. The panel that I want to stick, I was not sure of the color by then, so I jotted down all the colors I'll use on the scenery, like the color of the sky, the color of the cat, so that I can coordinate the panel color, which I hadn't decided till then. I will figure it out as I go ahead. So the question mark. Here are the few cardstocks that I had actually shortlisted, which all work with the sky and the cats, so I can decide at the end once everything is done. Yeah, and I was having my snack time. Here is the cardstock that I'm using. It is by Craft Creations, which I got from Itsy Bitsy, and it's so cool. It has so many colors, and all the sheets are 12 by 12 inches, and there are 72 sheets. The paper trimmer that I'm using, which I cannot even open, is by Memory Keepers. These are one of the first tools that my brother actually gifted me, and I'm so happy. I need to clean it because I don't use it often. Yeah, so I like cleaning my hands because my hands are usually dirty and I don't want anything to come on the paper. Also, I figured that I had broken the blade, but I somehow managed. Probably next time I'll have to use a new one. Here I have a 12 inches by 12 inches cardstock sheet. So I wanted to make it 10 inches by 12, so I chopped out around 2 inches. Then I scored in the middle from the 12 inches side, which is at around 6 inches. And then I turned the paper and put the 10 inches side at the top, and I don't score, but I trim through at 5 inches. So now I have two card bases which are 5 inches by 6 inches. I'm sure that made no sense, but as you see, you can understand. Here I'm using the bone folder to secure the creases. The bone folder comes free with the trimmer, by the way, which is very nice. Here I made a panel of 4¼ inches by 5 inches. The other card base that I made, I'm using it to make the other sceneries like the grassland here, on which I'm going to make the two cats perched. The scissor that I'm using is a precision scissor by VR Memory Keepers again, which I again bought from Itsy Bitsy. And I really like how accurate these scissors are and makes me look like a professional. Yeah, coming to professional, I had nothing that could make a round shape or a moon, so I used duct tape. Here I'm trying to get somewhat a circular shape. I did not end up cutting a perfect circle because the duct tape is wobbly at the edges, but it, yeah, looks somewhat like a planet. And what I do is I always use the reverse side of what I cut so that I don't have to go ahead and erase the pencil marks. Oh, and this is the cute little stamp set by Itsy Bitsy, which is called Perfect Birthday, and it has these cute little cats which I really love. What I wanted to do here is I wanted to use a male cat and a female cat, so I am again using the chalk ink by Itsy Bitsy in color black, and I am going to stamp the little bow which comes with the stamp set on post-it notes. And so this is apparently called masking. So basically you just mask off the portion where the bow has to come, and when you remove the mask you can stick the bow again. So here I'm cutting out the bow and sticking it on paper. Then I'm going to take my cute little female cat and again nicely make it juicy with the ink and stamp it with where I want that bow to be on her head. And you could see nothing because my head came in the way. There, I stamped it. And now I'll be peeling off that post-it. So basically there's a little vacant space where you can go ahead and stamp the bow now, and which is very cute, but my hair is not cute. Sorry, my hair is in the way totally. Okay, now I'm going for the male tabby cat, which is again very cute, and me being a miser is using that little scrap of paper since I started. Okay, so I went ahead and colored my cats, which I couldn't show it on screen. So I used these brush pens by Eco, which just by Art Lounge, and I bought it from Amazon. The colors that I used is number 11, that is pink, number 27, that is salmon, number 23, that is rust red, number 5, peach, which I used on both the cats for the ears, number 73, grey, and number 70, black. Here I am using a glazed jelly roly pen by Sakura, which I again bought from Amazon, the whole set, and I'm going to color the little cat's little bow on the head, and I'm using the white from the same set to make the little light catchers on the eyes, so basically the shine on their eyes that they're looking at the moon. Talking of the moon, let's go ahead and paint it. So what I do is I have this little glass sheet which I squish my my ink on. By the way, the ink is by Artistry Ink, which is by Shilpi, and I think it's really good because Distress Ink by Tim Holt by Ranger is very costly, so I think it does the job for me. So I initially wet the surface that I'm going to paint on, and I'm really bad at water paint, and I did a pretty decent job, so anybody can do this. I loaded the yellow color, that is the lime kiss color, in the center, and then I'm taking Age Stucco, if that is how you pronounce it, and I'm going around the edges to make the shadow. You can always go with your paper towel and blotch the excess water, and nobody will know that you cheated that with extra water. Actually, it's not cheating, that is how you do water painting, bro. Then I took Morning Dew and I'm making the little stipple marks. I like holding my moon at a distance to see whether it looks natural or not, because up close it looks pathetic. Now we're gonna make the grassland. Here the three colors that I'm using is Pampas, Amazon Trail, and Lime Kiss. Also the blending tool, I have just one blending tool, so I just keep changing the blending foams. The blending foam and the blending tool is also by Artistry Ink, and it does a brilliant job. What I do is I take Pampas, and I really like the grassy color, and it's like rustic. So I use that at the edges where the moonlight doesn't catch. Then I'm going to go with the green Amazon fresh grass color, which brings everything together. It makes it look like grass, as you can already see. And yeah, and a point, people who don't have too many blending tools, what you can do is you can just keep the foam with the pad, so you know what color is what. I can't do that, I don't have much space, so I just tie a piece of paper around it and name it so that I know. Now I'm going with my Lime Kiss color and coloring the edges so that, you know, that is where the moonlight catches and it looks light, and that's like new fresh grass that has come out, which is always lighter in color. Now what I did is, for the sky I practiced a little strip of paper so that I know what I'm going ahead with. Here the first color that I'm using, I wanted to go from orange to pink to blue to purples to blue, and then the halo of the moonlight. So I used a pretty thick like a portion of orange, because, you know, the grassland would come and I did not want the orange to hide. So for orange I used Fall Fiesta from Artistry Ink again. For pink I'm using Fancy Fuchsia, which is a brilliant pink. After that I'm using Groovy Grapes here. Groovy Grapes is a little harsh. It was actually looking like those dusty clouds that you see in the night. So I was not really happy. But when I used Indian Jamun, which is the next color, over Groovy Grapes, it actually brought everything together, and it was looking like a subtle transition from pink to purple and the Jamun color to blue. Here, before using blue chase as the night blue sky, I'm seeing where I'm going to place my moon so that I can create a halo, and I will not use the dark blue there. And as soon as I use this blue, you can see it starts looking like a night sky, like a proper night sky, and I was so happy at this particular moment because, you know, your imagination just comes true and it makes you happy. Here I am going with Aquafusion to create the halo, which is going to be around the moon, and a little color lighter than Aquafusion is Morning Dew, which gives the extremely light blue, which is almost like white, but it is there. Then I will use my favorite color, that is Tenacious Steel, which creates that, you know, the aurora effect in the sky, which is like that nice teal color, and I think that made the sky stand out, that particular teal color. And then I went ahead with my blue chase and I again blended everything so that it looks like a nice sky. Here I'm just seeing whether the panel you know, sits properly, because the panel is 4 1/4 by 5 inches. It sits perfectly, and I'm gonna make the moon a little offset later, a little offset from the paper so it stands out. Next I'm going to make the most important thing in the night sky, not the most, the second most, that is actually equally important, that is the sky. Here I am using some water paints and I'm just flicking it with my brush to create this awesome night kind of starry thing, and I love this effect. I also like using plain water and you know, flicking some of plain water on the paper, so when you catch the water with your tissue paper or your paper towel, it creates these bleachy effect in the sky, if you understand what I'm saying. So I really like that little dropletty effect. Here I'm gonna stick the grass panel on my sky, and you can see I have a huge blotch there, but I will cover that up using my tabby cat, so nothing to worry about. Here my panel is a little it's a little big, so no problem, I can just go ahead and trim it off and make it all neat, and nobody will know that I had cut wrong measurements. Yeah, so all this while I was actually talking to my mom, and yeah, she had a lot of instructions for me, like become responsible and grow up. Yeah, the usual. Here I use some foam tape behind the cats, and what I want to do is I want to overlap the little female cat with the cheeks touching. So I did not stick the foam tape behind her cheek, I just used glue, and I love the way how cuddly they look, and you know, they're looking at the moon, and it's so cute and so lovey-dovey, and yeah, whatever. Here the panel that I'm cutting actually looks red, but it's a pinkish color, and I cut it of the measurement 5.5 inches by 4 3/4 inches, which sits perfectly and makes a nice little what do you say, like an outline around my sky. Here I'm using the 3D outliner by Fevicryl, which is in the color silver, to add a little bling. I stuck my moon also with foam tape. Here you can see the sentiment that I've used is perfect, but I'm going to go ahead and change it, and I'll be showing in the next next visual, and I think it's very cute and dimensional and neat, and I absolutely love it. It's so cute. So here is the final product. What you can see here is I went ahead and actually changed the sentiment because I did not like it. So rather than perfect, I made it perfect couple. Later the battery of my camera ran out, so I did that off camera. And this is the inside. It says have a cake. How do you say it?
Cakealicious.
So this is the inside that I made, and it says have a
Cakealicious.
And I went ahead and made the inside, which is not much, so I did not show it either. Also, again, my camera was out of battery. It says have a cakealicious wedding. That is because, oh yes, because this friend of mine was getting married. She makes beautiful cakes. Follow her on Instagram, which says Irresistible by Sonal. And if you don't like making cards, you can just follow her and see cakes. Here is the inside. I've just put a little bit of rhinestones and I have shaded the edges. That was the card for today. Hope you all liked it. I have something more to say. I'm going to read. Alright, so that is a wrap for today. Let me know what you would like to see ahead. I'm trying to make a video on my craft space because this is really tiny. I mean, forget craft room, I don't have a dedicated craft space. So even if you don't let me know, I'm going to make it. Also, I am going to make a video on the haul that I have because as everybody knows, crafting stuff is not very cheap in India. It's really costly. So what I do is I don't eat for a couple of weeks and I save the money and I buy all these things. I plan to buy all the printed paper on this planet. So I'll make a craft haul video, and if you want to see something which is cheap and where you can find it, and something which is not very costly but does your job. Like, comment, share, naya channel hai, and subscribe, yes, down below. See these cool people do this? Subscribe below. Here. And before we wrap, I want to say Jennifer Maguire, Christina Werner and Vicky, you're my god. I love you.